Hi, and welcome to this video for Stamping with Jen. In this video, we are going to make this card, which features coloring with the Blendabilities markers. So let's get started. It's simple because the coloring takes so long. I've already folded, pre-scored, and cut all of my embellishments. So we're going to start with just a natural white card base. The mat is the Coastal Cabana. It's cut at 5 1/4 by 4. The DSP is from the Moonlight DSP stack, and it is cut at 4 1/2 by 3 1/4, and it's mounted on the basic gray, which is 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. And then I have one of the window frames from the Window Frames framelits die already go ahead and punched out, and then I already stamped with the Memento ink the flowers, which I should have started with. From the flower shop, we are using this flower right here. I already went ahead and stamped it out 3 times, and then I already started coloring once. And then a little trick to make it line up from the punch, there is one petal on there that has 3 parts instead of 2, and to line up with the punch, I don't know if you can see it on there, but on the bottom it has 3 parts, and all the other flower petals have 2. And to make it line up with the punch easier, you stamp with that 3 part towards the edge, and that way when you go to punch it with the pansy punch, the 3 petal punch is right here at the bottom, and that just makes it easy because this punch is really hard to line up. So that is a trick. So we're also going to be using the punch later on. And then our sentiment is from the Really Good Greeting set in the new catalog, and I am using the Everything Will Be Okay even if we can't see what okay is yet. I just really love that one for some reason right now, and we will stamp that later. So again, I've already stamped with a Memento, so I'm going to start coloring. So the Blendabilities, they come in the different color families are available, and we are going to use the Coastal Cabana, and there are 3 colors in each family. There's a light, a medium, and a dark. And some people start, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. Everyone does it differently, and I plan on showing 3 different ways. So you can go from light to medium to dark, from dark to medium to light. And I don't know if you can tell in this flower, I've gone 3 different ways. So each flower is different. And then again, I will show you what I did. So to start with, I'm going to start with the dark color and kind of do this middle flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush tip, and I'm basically just going to very lightly trace my edge portions of each petal. So that way but again, very lightly because I want to leave room for blending. And just a little bit there. And then on this one, all I did was I circled the middle with the dark. I started with the dark. And then on this one, we're going to start with the light. So we're going to go backwards. So next, we're going to take the medium shade. And then on the first one, I just blended out from the dark. I just did a circle around, and then I did the medium going out, and then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go in circular motions and slowly blend that edges out.
And then going to the lighter color, I'm going to do the same thing, but just focus on the inside. And I just want to blend just the edge of that color because I don't want to muddy it too much.
Alright, so I am happy with the way that looks because I do want some detail and some shading in there. And then finally, the way that I tend to use it the most is I color the tips and then I go back to the light, which is the first color I did, and then I'll use the pen type this time just to blend the edges where those three colors come together. Alright, so if you can see, there's 3 different flowers colored 3 different ways, all with the same 3 colors. And then to move on to the card, so we'll finish up our card. So we have our pansy petal punch, or the pansy flower punch. And then I'm just going to line it up, punch out my 3 flowers. Oh, and if you're going to use the Memento ink in the Blendabilities, it needs to be on the Whisper White. That's really the only cardstock that will hold up to it. And then we will go back to the window framelit, and we will stamp that with the StazOn real quick. Again, my favorite ink for words is StazOn, so that seems to be my go-to. And I'm going to try to line it up. I guess I should have punched it afterwards, but yeah, pretty good. And then to make this a little different, I went and took my paper snips and basically lined up and cut across, because I don't really want the top or the bottom circle. I want it just a little bit of a different shape going on with it. And then, so I'm going to do this card a little differently. After doing that one, I've decided I want it a little different. So I'm going to wrap my baker's twine first, and I'm only going to wrap it on the first 2 pieces and tie my knots. And this is the Coastal Cabana thick baker's twine, and I'm not going to be too overly picky with how it looks. I'm just going to tie a basic knot. That off, and then I'm going to use my snail and hear it down to here. Then I'll use my and go ahead and mount that, and then I will use Stampin' Dimensionals for basically everything else. So I'm going to put this on first. And then I'm going to adhere my flowers. Final element in this video, I'm using the Jewels Basic Pearls with the Rich Raspberry, the medium color. There's a card. Pretty. You see the colors on the, wow, it just pops up a little bit. But there's our card for today. Be sure to visit my blog, stampingwithjen.com, for some great new videos and new cards and new little prizes and drawings and things like that. If you have any questions, just send me an email. If not, happy stamping. Thanks.